Live from the Dunkin' Donuts Iced Coffee Lounge.
Again, my name is Maxwell. It's Z100. Welcome to the Dunkin' Donuts Iced Coffee Lounge. My buddy Niall Horan is here. Yeah. This is my guy, man. How you been, brother? How you been?
It's been a long time, Maxwell.
It's been a while, dude. But the thing that's so awesome is that, connecting with a friend in this capacity. Before we obviously know the story, man, and now you're sharing with the world your sound. You. One guy, one guitar, one microphone. How does it feel to get out and see the smiling faces and to see everybody,
Hello, everyone.
freaking out a little bit, man? How's it feeling for you, dude?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's obviously a little bit different.
Yeah.
But, I've enjoyed it so far. I've got to perform on some cool things.
Yeah.
And do stuff like this. I haven't performed in this Little People in a very long time, so.
Now does it get a little bit more intimidating now that you can see everybody's face, that you can notice that there are tears coming down? I mean, you've seen it, you've heard it, you've been in just about every single arena or massive stadium, but to really connect like this, how different is it for you?
It's cool, but it's different, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I like the intimacy. I'm looking forward to doing a bit more of that, actually. So when I do my first shows, I'll probably do like some really small places, because the last time I played a show was in a really big place. So I'm looking forward to just getting a band together.
Okay.
So I have to do that too. And
I'm pretty sure you have some people who wouldn't mind volunteering. Anybody play any instruments that want to join Niall's band? Yeah. Everybody now is like, I'm pretty good at the xylophone, bro. I got the tambourine. Yeah. Bring on the violinist. As we continue to chat with my buddy Niall here, for those of you that are on Facebook Live, sorry, we got to say bye, because this is just something special for what's happening in here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be able to get the rest of this interview. You're going to see his performance of This Town online at Z100.com. So thank you guys for hanging out. But I mean, that's what we in the business call a teaser, and that's special for you guys that are actually here. You get this moment, okay? So
and that's why you
guys,
should not have your phone in your hand.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? You heard it from the man here. So let's continue on before we pick up the guitars and get going, dude. Man, This Town. What does this song mean to you?
Not that much. I'm joking. I know, and it's kind of I kind of wrote the way I write is I write like concepts for story. Like I write a story at the back of like my leather-bound book, and I kind of write that and then go back into the studio later on and kind of pick lines from that story.
Okay.
Turn it into a song type thing. So when I was backpacking, I brought my book with me and I just kind of wrote like stuff down at the back of this book, and then I wrote down this scenario, and I was kind of wrote it in a way that it's really relatable to everyone, because if you come from a small town, you know that you always bump into that 14-year-old, that girl that you dated when you were 14.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's happening, dude. Yeah.
So if you go home go home at Christmas, you always see those people.
Do you sheepishly, scurry away from that person, or do you embrace that encounter, some years later?
Yeah, they always tend to look the same, and you do get that that rush. So that's why I kind of wrote it about in its simplicity. So and it's very relatable. Everyone's the same. While I was writing, I wasn't really thinking of. I was more thinking of the scenario and picturing it in my head. So when I sing it, I always literally walk through the pub.
Wow.
It's always set in a pub.
Yeah.
So
as it should be, dude.
I know.
Seriously, dog. So to create this particular story, and the fact that there are going to be so many more for a future album, man, creatively, how tough is it to challenge yourself as a solo artist now?
I found it in terms of finding my sound, or
yeah.
Well, the stuff I would naturally pick up. I would pick up a guitar, and the stuff that I would generally play is kind of, old folk kind of stuff. And I grew up on old bands like the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac and Crosby, Stills and Nash and Jackson Browne, and so I've got an old head on young shoulders in terms of my music taste. Definitely not in other ways, but so I found it kind of. When I went to start writing, I just found it natural to just pick it up, and that was what I was going to do. And This Town was probably one of the first songs that I wrote. I actually think it might have been the first one. And then I went through this stage. So as a songwriter, you go through these stages of writing really good stuff, and then the next day it's absolutely shit. But I went through a streak of about 3 weeks where it was consistently I felt like I was like in a good place.
Right on.
And then it just came to an abrupt end.
The
But I think I wrote my second single the day after I wrote This Town.
My gosh.
So I was kind of in.
I'm
not sure yet. But
should I ask that question? What the name of the second single is?
I see. I don't know if it's going to be the second single. I wouldn't tell you anyway, because you know me, a man of surprises.
Take us into the creation of this song at the Capitol building, dude. What was that like for you, bro?
Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows that the Capitol building and Capitol Records is something else. Like it's an incredible, like the Beatles, everyone, like you name it.
Yeah.
When I first arrived there, it's a like really iconic building. You can't drive around LA without seeing it.
For sure.
So it's pretty cool. And then when I went in there, Steve Barnett, the guy who runs the place, he gave me the tour and showed me around the building. And they had like the original, like, remember when everything used to be recorded on tape?
Yeah.
Running, like they had the original, like every single Beatles song and every Beach Boys song.
People in here do not know about the technical stuff, like the reel-to-reel machine.
Well, they used to just
see it all. Your mind must have been blown.
I just like every like Pink Floyd song, every Beach Boys song. I'm like, this is like heaven. Anyway, so they sign me, and then they do this thing called One Mic, One Take with every artist, which I'm sure you all know now. So they do it in Studio A, which is a very famous studio. Yeah. So basically, any picture that you've ever seen of Frank Sinatra recording with that mic,
it's there.
It's in that room.
And
so
you were there, and you told me that you asked them to give you a couple of the photographs from some of the famous and some of your icons that you saw on the wall throughout the building.
Well, as I was walking around, I seen like I just seen like pictures, really cool photos that I've never seen before, and I kind of said it as I was going, "Oh, really nice." And then for my birthday, they got me like a picture of Paul McCartney standing looking at a picture of Frank Sinatra in that
pretty
hallway.
Sweet, dude.
So it was.
Yeah. It's in your house now? Is there?
Yeah,
front and center?
It's definitely. It's right in the middle of the kitchen. Can't miss it.
Dig it, man. Here's the deal. You all downstairs were being asked by my interns to submit some pretty cool questions. So I'm going to run through some fan questions, man. They want to know some things, dude.
Oh,
you ready to go for it? This is from Christina. I don't know if Christina's in the room here, but she asks, do you like writing or composing songs more?
Ooh. That's a good question, that.
It's a tough one, right off the gate, man.
Sometimes writing can be frustrating.
Okay.
So unless you're on a roll, like I said, it's like I wrote This Town in like 2 hours.
Wow, really?
So you just like it can happen like really quick. Or the next day we wrote as good as a song, but like in about 12 hours. Like something like for a while we were stuck on the chorus of we wanted to get that first line of This Town. If the whole world was watching, it's still down to you, but that kicks off the whole chorus, and without that line, we wouldn't have got the rest of it. So it takes a while. But I do like the composition part, like putting the music together. So next month, I'm going to spend the whole month. I got a big producer guy in. My A&R guy at the label said, you need to go and meet this guy. He wants to meet you.
Make it happen.
And so we actually ended up playing golf, shock horror, and drank about 9 pints of Guinness in Nashville. Yeah, shock. And all that. And we just talked music and our favorite bands, and he did a big album last year, who I'm sure you are all fans of. I'm not going to say who it is yet because I actually don't know if he's. Yeah, I don't want to tell you. Anyway.
All right.
And he like one of my favorite albums of last year, so I'm looking forward to getting in the studio. And he's basically just said, "What do you want the songs to sound like?" I've got a drummer, I've got a bass player, I've got a keyboard player that plays guitar. I'll just play the acoustic guitar, play some electric, and then leave it to the rest of them. But it's cool, like being able to sit down with a producer and work the whole thing out.
Hearing you and looking into your eyes and seeing how excited you are about this, I mean, dude, you guys have no clue. And maybe you don't have a clue how excited we are for you, man. Yeah. So we cannot wait. Seriously.
Thanks, bud.
Seriously, man, I mean it, man. This comes from Riley and Vanessa. They both want to know this question. It's got to go. It's about the boys, man. Do you and the rest of the boys have a group chat going?
Yeah, we're big on email these days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, because like Liam, like I'm a bit like that. 'Cause me and Louis just kept getting hacked. So I was changing my number every like 4 minutes.
Yeah. Not worth it.
So like I'm starting like, you know, when you get a new number and you send it around to everyone, people are just going, yeah, good one.
Yeah.
It's Niall, is it? Yeah, I had that last week. Yeah, I'm like, no, it fucking is. It's just,
it's true.
It's like,
yeah,
this is life. So yeah,
that's some of those things that we don't think about as fans. You know, that the struggle, man, is real, dude. Yeah, I saw you. He's carrying around. I think there's like a full bag full of phones back there. There's like 9 phones that you pulled out of a bag, dude. Seriously, there's lots of them. All right, so the group chat thing is happening. Cool. This is from Ashley. Yo, when was the last time that you had Nando's?
Oh, good question. That was a while ago. I've kind of gone off it. I'm not gonna lie. No offense.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I found better places.
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to start any kind of controversy, man.
Neither do I.
What were those better places?
Um,
No, I don't want to start any controversy. Kiera wanted to know: do you think that you're gonna dance on tour?
Oh yeah. Loads. 90 minutes. It's like gonna be like Backstreet Boys in Vegas.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You're going all in.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that. What is it like now to start thinking about those things as a solo artist, touring and hitting the road? I mean, have you began to put your mind around that yet or no?
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to, there's going to be some performances coming up, I presume, where I'm going to need to beef up the song. Like, for now, it's good to walk around with a guitar and just jump in and just play by myself, and play this, acoustic thing. I guess it shows off musicianship, too, which I don't mind. But at some stage, I'm going to have to bring in the strings that are on the,
For sure.
and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to start thinking about putting a band together. I was thinking about asking, actually, do you know Sandy? Yeah. I was thinking about asking Sandy to come back.
Oh, all right, Sandy. Sandy. Josh,
Love it,
he's putting it out there, you guys. I'm looking right into the camera. Join that group chat. You know what I mean? Make sure you have the right number, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
Here goes another one. This is from Selena. What is your favorite line in this town? And I think you told me about this on the phone. Your favorite line in that particular song.
What did I say on the phone?
I think everything comes back.
Oh, yeah.
to you.
Actually, if you look, I don't know if I seen it on the Today Show today. It has, the way I wrote that's the page that I wrote the song on.
Okay.
And at the bottom, actually, I don't think it actually fit on the cover, but at the bottom, I seen it on Today Show today, and it used to say, where I go, at the bottom, it said, it's always been you. So apparently I went, everything I to you, it's always been you.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't even. I forget it. I just write down a load of crap and then just
Whatever
and it
sticks.
just ended up being, instead of words, it just went.
So I just decided, let me just mumble through this part.
Yeah.
Give you the hum. This comes from Faith, Lexi, and Jessica. They want to know: are you more nervous or excited about performing without the boys?
I think by the time, well, actually, at the moment, it's kind of obviously first couple of performances was weird. I remember I played Graham Norton show at home, and I walked out, and I wasn't nervous at all. And then I got to the stage, and it was like, and they were counting it down and doing all the TV stuff, and I was just stood there, and I actually said into my mic, I just kind of went, I've never done this one before. Just kind of started freaking out then, and just had to do 2 passes. I was a bit all jelly-legged, but I've gotten kind of get used to it now, doing all the promo and stuff. Well, I wouldn't say used to it, but
it's getting a little bit more. You're less jelly-legged.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, you're holding your own, dude. As we all know. I mean, goodness gracious, dude. It was from the very beginning of your career, before the whole, putting the guys together. I mean, you knew that you had in yourself to do it by yourself. So it's good to see that you're living up to all that potential that we all knew that you had inside, man. So,
Thanks, bud.
man. Thank you, dude.